And it says we're live.
We're hot.
Wow.
Yay.
We're hot.
Finally.
Man, oh
Wait a
man.
minute.
I know. Yesterday.
There we go. I
Oh,
got
am
it on my
echoing?
phone too. Nope,
Oh, it's
you're
on.
good.
It's working? Okay, great.
Yeah, it's working. Now I can see the chat too.
I don't see
Perfect.
anything. Oh, here it is. No, it's not. Why isn't mine working? Well, fuck. That's not it. Well, F. Oh well.
If
As long
it's
as
for
you can see
friends
it.
who do stuff together.
My phone's been spazzing out today. I don't know what's going on.
It's technology, man. You
I
gotta love it.
guess.
Anyway, welcome back to another episode of Why
Why
Are
are we like this?
This? Our intros just get better.
They're so good. Holy cow. Man, you're in New York.
I am. It's been 3 weeks to the day.
We haven't recorded in 3 weeks. Oh my
I know. It's been
I cannot
while.
keep up with anything.
Time because I can't either.
Dude, I was like, I don't even feel like walking downstairs. Like, I was like, I'll just do the podcast from my work desk.
I know.
Why not?
Why not? Are you standing or sitting?
I'm sitting. So you can't see it, but I put my standing desk together yesterday.
You
So it's
finished
behind
it?
me. Yeah.
Yay. One day.
So, oh my God. So I was like, okay. I was like, we'll do a step. We'll do some work. We'll do a step. We'll do some work. And I've done that with a bunch of other stuff that I put together too.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's done. It's behind me. It's awesome. Love it. Works fantastic. Still
perfect.
Anyway. So now the project is to hit this one with a hammer.
Love that.
My grandma's like, don't get rid of the one you got. And I'm like, I won't.
Meanwhile, it's going to be in your bonfire.
Yeah. Well, full disclosure, it's broken. Like, I had to.
Oh, is it?
Like, over here, you can't see where I'm pointing. On the bottom.
I've been there in that room. I kind of know where it's at, but none of our viewers know.
On the bottom, there's like 2 big dents on one of the panels where the legs are. And when I was scooting it, because this room's been changed like 4 times already, and I've only lived here for 3 years. But when it was in this corner of the room, when I scooted it, it like cracked.
Yeah.
So I had to, be real careful when I was moving it. So anyway, it's broken. So it's not going to make it.
So it's time to upgrade. Yeah.
If I wanted to go downstairs with it, it's going to break anyway. So
carrying it down those stairs. Yeah.
Yeah, no. So I'm just going to hit it with a hammer and then.
Good. Get it in pieces and then put it in the bonfire. It's still usable.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with it. Like, it's a great desk. It's
just broken.
It's just like I need to move, and the walking pad I got, I love it. Love.
Oh yeah.
Like yesterday, I walked 1.5 miles on it. Love it so much. It's phenomenal.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So, anyway, that's what's happening on my side of the world.
I know. I have to keep remembering that you guys are an hour behind me.
Oh, so it's 3 there? I was going to ask you something.
Yeah, it's 3 right now.
I was going to ask you that the other day, if there was a time difference. I couldn't remember.
Yeah. For a long time, like all my life, I always thought it was 2 hours. Mm-hmm. And I guess maybe it might be different parts of New York. I don't know. But where the cutoff is. But I always just thought it was 2 hours. So then once I started talking to Locks and he said it was only an hour ahead. I was like, oh, okay. But now living here, I forget because, I lose track of time. What's sad is how I'm remembering the days is by which wrestling shows come on.
I'm like, well, it's Friday.
I'm like, all right, it's Monday. We got Raw. Oh, yeah, it's Wednesday. We got AEW.
Oh, that's on Wednesdays? I haven't watched wrestling in so long. I feel bad. I can't believe John Cena's retiring, though.
I know. When he came out to the ring, he was holding up a towel that said,
I give up.
Normally it's like the motivational, loyalty, respect, whatever it was. But this time it was like, this is the last run or something like that along those lines. And right away, I like smacked Locks, and I was like, he's retiring. And then yeah, he came out to the ring, and I mean, it's kind of been rumored for a while now. And but when he came out to the ring, he announced it, and he's like, I am gonna be done, but dun, 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 it's a tour. So he's technically still wrestling for a year. He'll be an active wrestler, I guess, for a year, doing Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, the major pay-per-views. Plus, it'll be when WWE gets moved to Netflix. I'm excited about that because they're not going to be PG-13 no more. It's going to be
cussing
the joke video I saw was somebody doing the Seth freaking Rollins, and instead of freaking, it was fucking. And it was like the ring announcer's going to be like, Seth fucking Rollins.
That's going to be cool.
I can't wait.
That's happening what? Next year?
Yeah, in 2025, I believe.
Cool.
So, yeah, it's coming up. He'll be here before we know it.
Yeah.
Because that's what we kept saying about the move, and it's been 3 weeks. And so much has happened in the time.
Believe it. Oh, man. So how is it going?
It's great.
Is it everything you thought it would be?
Yes, it is. It actually is. It's exactly what I thought it would be, and then some.
That's good.
Like, I have so much fun. And it's even just like little things. It's not like we're going out and he's showing me around every day or whatever. Mm-hmm. Most of the time I've been here at home, and it's just been like running errands here and there.
Yeah.
We did go out on a date and things like that. So, it's been fun. But every time I leave the house, every time, even if it's just to go up the street to get something to eat, I come back with a story. Or me and him see something. And for the most part, it's all been good. Like, I've not ever had anything where I'm like, oh, I'm scared now. The only thing it was taking out the trash, and a rat ran at my feet.
Yeah.
That was the only thing that was traumatic so far. Everything else hasn't been that bad. But yeah, and then we went to Pride, and it was my first Pride ever going to.
Oh yeah. Was that awesome? It looked
my God, it was so much fun.
Yeah, because New York does it up big for Pride.
Oh yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. We didn't even see the entire parade because after we were standing there for at least a half an hour, maybe even an hour. And at that time I looked behind because I could feel the humid pick up. It wasn't as humid. That's one thing I like about New York is the heat sucks, but it's not humid heat. It's just from the rays of sun.
Right.
I don't feel sticky when I go outside.
Yeah.
But I started feeling sticky, and I looked behind me and I seen rain clouds, and I was like, I think it's going to rain soon. You want to go stand under cover? And no sooner we get there, it starts downpouring. But yeah, then after that, I was like, we don't have to stick around for the parade. I was like, I feel like it's going to be going for another 2 hours. Like, we can walk around and, see the other places that he wanted to take me. So that's what we did.
Aw.
And yeah, it was a lot of fun.
That's awesome. Where was that mac and cheese from? Because
right,
is that like one of those restaurants that only sells like mac and cheese?
Yeah, it was literally just you go in and it's different forms of mac and cheese. They got like the one that's called the All American, so that's the typical mac and cheese,
Yeah.
And then they had the 4 cheese. The one I got it had bacon in it, but it wasn't just any kind of bacon, right? I thought it was gonna be like bacon bits or strips, like broken up.
Yeah.
No, it was like pork chop bite-sized hunks of bacon. Like, I have never seen bacon like that. And
damn.
It was delicious. The mac and cheese Locks got was the hamburger. It had hamburger and everything mixed in it. So to me, it looked more like a hamburger helper kind of thing, but it also looked delicious. For somebody that doesn't like hamburger, I was looking at it like, can I have a bite?
Yeah, I showed that to to Jake, and I was like, I think it's
Mm-hmm.
one of these places that only have
Mm-hmm.
Mexicans.
Yep, that was all they had. I think they had like a veggie one. Like they had a bunch of different ones, and then they had build your own. The other one that caught my eye was the buffalo chicken dip.
Mm.
I was like, ooh, I might have to, next time we come back, I might have to try that one. My
So
stomach
obviously
just
you
not
guys
hate
like
me.
walk. You guys like walk everywhere.
Oh, yeah. We walk, pretty much we walk to either the bus or the subway or both. Because there's times that we've had to take both subway and bus to get there. Like, so after being here for a week, roughly about a week, I got a job interview, got a job. I started in 2 days.
Yay! Oh my gosh, that's so exciting.
So for my job, I'll be taking a bus and a subway to and from every day. So it's a little bit of a transportation thing, but it's something I also wanted. Being in an Uber here, I was like, yeah, I'm not driving. Not happening. Yeah. I hated driving in downtown St. Louis. I wasn't doing it here.
That's so funny because I was just down there and I was like, this isn't that bad.
Yeah. Whenever we were moving here, Dad was like, I can see why you don't want to drive. Like, I'm glad you noticed. He's like, people don't care about nothing. I'm like, they sure don't.
Yeah, they just drive and hope they don't hit anything.
It's like GTA is a real thing down here. That's how they drive.
What was I going to say? Good thing we're on a podcast.
Yeah, we got time to go.
Shit, what was I going to say? Anyway, doesn't matter.
I'll come back to you.
Well, that's so cool. That's like Jake's dream. Like he's a city guy, and I feel bad that we're in High Ridge, obviously.
Yeah.
And not, I don't know,
closer to downtown.
I was like, yeah, do you wish we lived in the city? And he's like, well, I like the city, but I also like our house. So
yeah.
Yeah, but he loves, like, when we went to New Orleans and we had to catch like the little trolleys and the little buses and the stuff, like he was just lit with joy because he loves all that. Yeah. He's like, oh, yeah, we got to catch 215 trolley to the 119 ferry. And I'm like, just tell me where to go.
Yeah, that's exactly what I say whenever Lox is telling me about what buses and train. I'm like, just tell me what number to look for, okay? Yeah. I'll get on that one.
Yeah, I'm like, is it here yet? Because I don't see anything. But yeah, he lives for that. Like being able to take a train or a subway to work, he would love that.
Yeah, it is fun. I'm trying to find the charging thing. Hold on.
Are you in Lox's podcast room?
Technically I'm in the living room, but yeah, I'm in the podcast office section. This apartment is just 1 bedroom, so we're kind of a little packed, but you know what? It's okay.
Yeah, it'll do.
Yeah, it'll work for now.
No.
So far, whenever we wanted space, well, for a while, in a few days, I'll be going to work and stuff like that, so we'll have more time apart. But otherwise, I'm like, I'll go in the bedroom.
Sleep alone. Are you going to be doing the same thing at this hotel that you were at the last one? Not like supervisor role, right?
Yeah, not supervising, but I will be doing the housekeeping. And oh my God, the size of this hotel is like 4 of what I used to work at. Like I think I put on Facebook, I think the previous hotel I was at had 85 rooms total. And the hotel I'm at has like 85 on each floor. Like, I don't know if that's accurate, but it is huge. Like, the lobby itself was looked like an airport. I'm like, where am I supposed to go? Where's the door?
Jeez.
But then obviously employees will have their own entrance spot and things like that. So yeah, I kind of won't be in that area. You have your own different. That's the other thing. Where I used to work, we could get on the same elevator as the guest. And that was the time you would kind of like talk to the guests and, you know, be like, how's your stay? Is everything good in your room? You know, since I was housekeeping. And in this hotel, you have different elevators that you're supposed to go to. You have areas that you're not near. That's guest only, which is great. I love it. You know, that
I've seen that before.
That feels good, you know, like safety wise kind of thing too. But it's also just like, that's weird. I think they said that there's like 500 housekeepers. Like,
holy shit. God,
yeah, there's a lot.
That's a lot. I can only imagine what you're gonna find too.
I know, like that's one thing I'm kind of excited and scared for, because you know this hotel is a higher end hotel, so I'm thinking it's going to be more business. You might have the parties and, you know, the typical hotel room mess, but I don't think it's going to be as like I'm going to find puke on the floor and, you know, other icky drug substances. Maybe, you know, who knows? But who knows? I don't think it'll be quite as bad. No. But at the same time, the other hotel that I used to work at before the one in Festus was a higher end hotel and was closer to St. Louis Airport. And so it had more of the business, and those rooms were the worst. Oh, that's where all my horror stories came from, was that hotel. So I'm like, we'll see. But I'm up for the challenge. One thing that I liked though is that she said, like, my job is that I just go in and I clean the room. If I see an issue with maintenance or like a stain on the carpet or, you know, whatever that I can't do quickly to get in and out of that room, I call down and I say, hey, I need the stain out of this carpet in this room. They send somebody else up to do it.
Oh.
So I don't have to worry about it. It doesn't slow me down.
Yeah, that's nice.
So I'm like, well, that's cool. Because that's just, you know, another way that your team works together as a whole, which is what I like in companies.
Yeah, that's really nice.
There's no I in team.
Right. Mix it together. There's no I in team.
Excuse me. But yeah, that's kind of been what's going on. I miss, you know, you guys and being able to come over and hang out.
I know.
You know.
We miss you too.
And then the 4th of July, as you know, you've been to the parties.
Yeah.
Those were rough. Or this year, missing it was a little rough. But I got to video chat during the I would say a couple hours after everybody got there. I got on video chat really quick with them and said hi to everybody. Saw, you know, was asking how they were doing. Mostly they were asking me how I was doing. So it was just a lot of repeating myself, but that's okay. And then that night for the fireworks, we had, I say we like I'm there. They had $700 worth of fireworks to shoot off.
Oh my gosh.
You know, my family goes big. They went big. And then my mom said it's funny because it was the smallest crowd, but the biggest firework display. And they started lighting. And then it was like 45 minutes later, they called me to do the finale stuff. And even that was like 45 minutes of holding the phone, watching fireworks. I mean, I'm okay with it. I was more than happy with it, but I felt bad for my cousin who was holding the phone.
Look,
props to Abby. She was like, "Ooh, that was a good one. Did you see it?" I was like, "Yep, sure did."
Look, another one. Did you see it?
But it was fun. So I think next year, I'm gonna save up so that way I'm at the next one, because my brother even said this year's gonna be lame because Brittney's not here. I'm like, oh, he does love me.
He does love you. I know. I feel bad. Your mom invited us to come, and I was like, I just need like a. Jake was closing, and I'm like, like, Marissa night.
Yeah, well, that's
To
understandable.
relax, but
That's...
yeah, on the 4th we went to Andrea's to swim, so that was fun.
Ooh, nice.
Jake was working, but I was there for a few hours, and
yeah, that's fun.
that's about it. We didn't really do much after that. I mean, of course, here the fireworks were going up like crazy, but
Yeah, they were going off here like crazy, and they started going off like a day or two before the 4th. Yeah. And it was just little spurts here and there, nothing major. The 4th of July, though, they started shooting them before the sun got close to setting. It was like 5 p.m. I'm like, what are you looking at? Like, it wasn't bottle rockets. Like, I'm thinking it would have been bottle rockets or, firecrackers, the stuff that doesn't matter to see anyway. But no, they were lighting the big ones.
Oh, dang.
I'm like, what were you looking at? But then they didn't stop. They were still lighting them off the next morning when the sun was coming up. So for like 24 or 12 hours, that's what I meant. Jesus. For 12 hours, they were shooting them off.
My uncle said he spent $500 on fireworks, but he got 5 things. I was like, what?
The math ain't mathin'.
Yeah.
Not at all.
He's like, they're all giant ones. And I'm like, all right, well, whatever.
How freaking giant. That's some big fireworks.
I'm getting a tattoo tomorrow. That one that I...
Yeah?
Yeah, Taffy's. I think I'm going to... So,
aww.
I was... you can't see my arm that way. I was talking... So, I'm going back to the same guy that did my Seinfeld one.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why.
That one right there? Yeah.
You've seen it.
I've seen it, yeah.
But... Because I really liked him, even though he was like... I really liked his work. So I went back and I was like, hey man, I want to get this tattoo for my dog. How much and like when can you do it? So I went on Saturday or Sunday, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So he's like, well, we got time now, and I'm like, I can't do it now. I just like
I don't have time.
I just want to know how much you're gonna charge me. So yeah, I have an appointment tomorrow. And
yay.
Megan said she wanted to come with me because, well, she told me last week when I saw her that next time I get a tattoo, she wants to come because she's thinking about getting one, but she doesn't know what to get.
What? I felt like I was going to lean back and fall out of this chair. That's why I didn't keep leaning, but I was about to keep leaning.
But
I know, but either way, the fact that she's like, I'm like,
I know.
Are you sick?
I was like, way to go. And she's like, I don't know what to get. And I was like, I know it's hard, especially your first one.
Yeah.
But, so anyway, I have 2 going this way. And I'm like, I kind of wanted the new one to like go here.
Yeah.
Or something. But he's like, I actually think it would look better if it went like this.
Yeah.
So I was like, fine. I was trying to move a different direction of tattoos. But whatever.
That's all right.
That's the end of my story. So I'm getting it tomorrow. So I'm very excited.
That's awesome. I need to get tattoos. I have the feeling. And I have so many ideas. Like, I got that urge, but...
I know. Jake is, like, Tattooville now. He's got, like, a sleeve planned. Like, he wants, like, something on the back of his ear. Like, he's just...
Ooh!
Blown, like,
he's going everywhere with them.
Prison mode Tattooville. And I'm here for it. I'm like...
Oh, my God. When I come back on visit,
I'm like,
Jake is good. I'm gonna be like, you cannot get hired at State Farm now.
It'd be like Thug Life, honestly. Oh man,
that would be awesome. I'm here for it.
Yeah, I was like, please get a sleeve. Like, get 12 of them.
With having my head shaved, I've wanted a neck tattoo, but that's gonna hurt.
Yeah, I don't want anyone to touch my neck or my face or
maybe just a small one.
My rib.
Yeah, not the face. Not
I don't
the
want
face
any
at all.
Yeah, I don't want any super sensitive. Of course, fat people can't get tattoos on their ribs because kids.
I got my ribs done, and actually, it wasn't that bad.
Really?
Like, I mean, there was a couple spots where I was like, oh, God. But the entire time, I didn't hold anybody's hand. I went with Bobby, and I didn't hold anybody's hand. I had my arm like this, and he's like, you can lower your arm. But I was laying like this for an hour and a half. So my shoulder was locked. Like, no, the fuck I can't. They had to literally go like this with my arm, like a Barbie, because my shoulder got locked. But that during that session, or before that session, there was a drunk guy getting a tattoo on his shoulder back here, which prior to my ribs, I've already got two on one on each side. So I know how that feels. That it depends on the artist. If they feel like they're too drunk, then no. If the artist is just like, I get you out in and out, fine, then they might do it depending on the size. It didn't look like that tattoo was very big, so that's probably why he agreed to it. But the guy was being a baby the entire time. Like, I was there for, I would say, at least the last half of it, because I got there early. And I could hear the guy complaining while I was sitting there. And every once in a while, I'd, peek up and look. And he's like, oh! that he would need a break. And then finally, when he got done, the artist was like, all right, I'll get you. And he starts, lining me up for the ribs.
Yeah.
And the drunk dude was like, you're getting your ribs done? I'm like, yeah. He's like, that's going to hurt. I'm like, we'll see. So he's like, I gotta see this. And he went outside to have a cigarette. And then, 20 minutes later, he comes strolling in. And he's like, he freaked out because I wasn't crying. And he was on, at that point, he was doing one of the part of the tree.
Yeah.
So he was on my rib bone. At that moment, and you could kind of hear it.
Yeah.
And the guy was like, you're not holding nobody's hand? No, sure not. You're not even crying. I'm not a bitch.
Oh, man.
I don't know what to tell you, sir. Go away now.
Yeah. Calm down, dude. Dude, it's been raining here since, it's raining all day because we're getting the remnants of a hurricane.
Oh, yeah.
And yesterday we got a storm, and that's why my internet conked out. And
yeah, I think that storm's actually heading our way tomorrow. I think it said we're getting rain. It might not be that storm. It might be a different one, but I know we're getting rain.
We are getting so much rain. There's been so much flooding around our area. Like, even the little ditch that's in front of our yard was just flooded as fuck yesterday.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
Mother Nature misses me, huh?
I guess. I'm like, bitch, this freaking hurricane, whose name is Beryl, which can we not what the hell's a barrel anyway?
The villain from Donkey Kong, the original Donkey Kong. That's what that is.
I'm like,
all
in a panic.
Yeah, you don't do well with storms.
They're like, it's gonna rain literally all day.
Mom sent me pictures and video of a bad thunderstorm, like one of the first ones, I guess, that happened after I moved. And there was one in particular where she caught the lightning bolt going in between trees. And then the next picture I got it looked like it was on fire.
Nice.
Oh. And then she goes outside. She's recording a video. And she's like, I don't know if you can see this. And, she's opening the door. Mm-hmm. And I just see downpour. And no sooner I see the screen door go out of view, I see a blur. And then thunder. So I'm like, I just saw lightning.
Oh.
On the side.
Yeah.
Right where my mom is. I'm like, sent her a text going, get back inside.
Not worth it. I know what a storm looks like.
Yeah. I'm like, thank you, but don't risk your life either. If lightning is striking the driveway, stay inside. There was one night that we had a storm, and right now we have a scaffold in front of the building. Yeah. So as soon as I walk out, like I got awning kind of protecting me. So, and it goes for a while. So there was one night it was storming pretty bad, and I'm just like, I might go outside. And then he's like, that's fine, but then he warned me if it's lightning, you might not want to, because lightning hits the concrete, and I guess it's like a ripple effect. Oh, like, yeah, never mind. I'll stay my happy ass right here on the couch.
Yeah. Do you actually feel like you live there, or do you just feel like you're visiting?
At first, for a while, it still felt like visiting because I wasn't fully unpacked. Like, it's been process unpacking and organizing things, so that way, it's a little bit easier for us both. And then, so at first, it kind of still felt like visiting, but as soon as I went for a job interview, it was like, it's getting real that I'm here. I'm like, I didn't think it was gonna get any realer. And then every time that job would then call me for like, hey, we're ready for the next step, let's do the paperwork, you want to start this day, I'm just like, oh, I'm officially here. Like, there's no being like, hey, I changed my mind. Right. Not that I'm going to anyway, because that never popped in my head, but I was just like, oh, okay, it's happening. I'm actually here and building a life here. Yeah. And it's awesome.
That's so cool.
And then the fact that just being in New York is, a dream come true, because I've always wanted to live here. But it feels good being with somebody again.
Aw. Oh, your little video was cute on
our colliversary.
Everything. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I bet there's cards for that.
Actually, what's funny is I was on Shein, just like scrolling through the flash sale stuff. Not like I had money to spend, but window shopping. Right. And there was birthday cards that were like more sexualized and things like that. I'm like, Hallmark would never. And then there was ones that were like anniversary, but they weren't that lovey-dovey, mushy ones. Like, I think one of them was bend me over. I mean, happy anniversary.
Oh, like, nice.
Those seem fitting.
Yeah.
So I found a couple of those and I saved them too, or I put them in my cart. And then I also found other birthday ones that like I got some that I would send to you guys for your birthdays. Aww. And then I got one that's I found for my would be perfect for next year, Father's Day, for my brother. Nice. I'm like, they're just all sarcastic asshole cards, but
Your cards.
It's either I go for the ones that are gonna make you laugh, or I'm gonna go for the ones that make you cry. Either way.
I like a good mix.
Yeah. Like, I might give you one that makes you laugh and then write a letter in it that makes you cry. So, double whammy.
Right.
Ha ha ha. No. Speaking of birthdays.
Oh.
Today is Mackenzie and would have been Caitlin's birthday if Caitlin was still here.
I messaged Mackenzie on Facebook and said happy birthday and I miss your sister and all that stuff.
Yeah, I didn't send her a message. I put it on, the you always write on the wall. I don't even know if that's what they call it anymore. But when Facebook started, it was a wall.
We call it the wall. It's a wall.
I told her happy birthday, and then their mom. I saw one of her TikToks or Instagram posts, I believe. Yeah. One of the two, and it was about Caitlin, and so I said happy birthday to both of them on there too. Crazy.
I know. I think they're 32 too. Also.
Yeah, they hit 32. I didn't realize that Caitlin was 29. Yeah. Like, I can't. It's weird to think that it's been that long.
I know. I still have her little memorial card on our fridge.
Yeah, I have it in. Yeah, I don't remember either the technical term. But I have it in with the rest of families that I went to.
Yeah.
The important ones, anyway. I'm sorry, I have too many family members to keep like second cousins, great aunts.
Right. Yeah, I have
Like,
like 8.
if I didn't see you on a monthly basis, yeah, sorry. I have fond memories of you at 2 family reunions.
Yeah. Oh man.
Like, you know your family's big when you have to have your name on your name tag, your name, your parents' name, and your grandparents' name.
Oh my gosh. Can't relate.
I'm Brittney. I'm daughter of Glenn, granddaughter of Joseph or Leonard.
We go to like one dinner, and I'm like, all right, you met everybody.
I know. When you got married, I was helping you with the invitations. You gave me your list, and I'm like, your entire wedding party is not even like a quarter of my family.
Yeah. I'm like, all right.
Like, it's just one side.
Yeah.
It's all right though. Not everybody has a big family.
I found out that Megan and I are invited to Mary Cabaz's wedding, which we were kind of like iffy. So Katie and Mary are the 2
Oh, I remember them now. As soon as you said Katie and Mary, I'm like, yep, got it.
They're like, oh, they're those people. Yeah, but she's getting married in January.
Oh.
And she messaged us yesterday and was like, fill this out because you guys are going to get an invitation.
Oh.
I'm so excited. I love weddings, as we all know.
Yes, you do.
But yeah, so. Anyway.
That's fun.
I was like, oh, winter wedding. Oh my God.
I love the voice you do for like whenever something like that happens, weddings or anything you're excited about, really.
So yes, she sent us like a form to fill out, like with our name and a guest, and then our address.
Oh yeah, so you get the invites and all that.
Yeah, and I'm like, girl, I'm done. Like she's like, do this by the 15th.
It's in the mailbox.
Yeah. She's like, do this by the 15th, and I was like, I'm done.
I needed 15 minutes. Since.
Yeah. And then I was like trying to find her wedding website. I'm like stalking the internet. I'm like, where's she getting married? What's the color? But I can't find it. I don't think they have it.
What's her bouquet?
I'm like, I mean, but anyway, I can't find it, so I guess they only have one.
I love it. Yeah, you definitely are the wedding person. Me, on the other hand, I'm just like, send me the invite. Let me know what you want. I'll be there.
My grandma's like, you should have been a wedding coordinator.
Yeah, that would have been.
I was like, well,
yeah. I think you would have liked it, but not.
Yeah, I always thought about like doing it on the side, but I don't even know how to get started with something like that. And there's people that have been doing it for years.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
Yeah, I understand that because I've been kind of thinking about what I want to do outside of obviously working at the hotel because I'm like, my body's not going to be able to do that forever.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, what do I want to do? And then do I want to try to transfer my esthetician license from Missouri to New York, or am I going to have to go back to school? You know, like, is that all going to be worth it? And also, do I even want to do all of that? Because when COVID happened, I realized my career could be taken just like that. Like, I couldn't do anything for a year. And then when I got back into it, I was like, I don't want to. I got to start all over. This is bullshit.
Yeah.
So, I've been, since being here and like looking through jobs, I've been like, what do I want to do?
Yeah.
What will be worth it? What will I like? What will I make good money with? And, you know, things like that. And one thing that, and I kind of been even doing that too with like hobbies. Like, what hobbies do I want to get back into now that I have free time since I'm not babysitting?
got to be a lot of time on its own right there.
Oh my God, yeah. Like, it's been fun because I'm like, I can nap. But I was watching How Exciting I Am, HGTV reruns on Max.
We watched
and yeah, I was watching Flip or Flop. And but when I was watching that, like, I started remembering when I was younger, I loved interior designing. I loved redoing my room whenever my parents would let me. I was like, I'm going to go all in. And I would never, ever pick the expensive stuff, just the stuff I wanted. And it was usually a lot. Like, we're painting, we're doing new bedding, we're doing all of it. And so whenever I was watching it, I was like, I wonder if real estate is something I'd actually be into, because then I can go from real estate to then maybe doing more design and, things like that. So that's kind of what I've been debating.
Cool. I think you have to get a real estate license, but then you would sell property.
Yeah, I would have to go through, which is something too that, like, whenever I was doing the house cleaning and actually going into people's houses, I judged. I'm like,
you have to,
I gotta update. Why is there carpet in the master bathroom? You nasty. Why?
You nasty.
Why is these cabinets from the 90s? Update, like.
Right.
So I was doing all that, and then, like, looking at just apartments and even houses for sale just for shits and giggles. I was like, I wonder what the cheapest houses in New York are, and it's like 1.5 mil. Well, already. So I'm like, well, if I get into real estate, I make some good fucking money.
Holy hell. God bless.
Right? I mean, that's not the cheapest house, but the majority of them that I saw for sale, were about that price.
Damn, that's crazy.
Like, well, that's cool.
Oh, yeah, I sold my trampoline, and I sold my big heat press that I used to have for stuff. I was like, I'm not using it. It's just sitting here.
Yeah.
I still have this baby one that if I need to heat press something.
Yeah.
I could use it. But yeah, so I sold it on Marketplace.
Well, that's cool.
Right? Like the same. So the same, I put it on Marketplace for $80. And some lady wanted it like immediately almost.
Yeah.
So I was like, by chance, are you making t-shirts with this? And she's like, yeah, we're going to try. And I was like, well, have I got a deal for you? I said, I got a giant sack of blank shirts. I was like, for an extra $20, they're yours. I go, I don't know how many sizes. I don't know what colors.
Yeah.
There's a shit ton in there. And she's like, okay. So I was like, that's right.
Nice.
I know. So I gave her that too. And I was like, good luck.
Maybe you have a better outcome.
Yeah. I was like, have fun. That's all you got to remember because. Yes, Frank. How are you?
Are you still doing the t-shirts, just not the press stuff?
Not really. I mean,
Not
unless
really.
somebody wants a shirt like that I know.
Yeah.
But I don't do it as a business anymore. It's just, I don't know. It was fun for a while, but.
One thing I know about you, and it's always been that way, is you find something you like, you get into it for a little bit, and then you kind of just like, I'm on to the next, Yeah. And that's awesome.
I'm just like, I don't care.
Yeah. That's awesome, and I love that.
I don't think I'm going to have, like, I'm not going to be the next t-shirt designer.
Yeah.
There was like a 6-month period where I was like, I could do this. I could sell 1 million t-shirts. And no. But it's fun. Like, I learned a lot. And you can, made my own website and all that jazz. So,
yeah, you did a lot of work with it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I was just like, well, all good things must come to an end.
Just like the book I wanted you to write, and you're like, not gonna happen.
Not gonna happen. I don't want to say I will never write a book, but it's not gonna be anything like that.
Not like that. Got it.
Yeah. I don't want to say I'll never write a book. If I did, it would be more of my story, which, like, who gives a shit? But I feel like it would be like almost therapeutic in a way to write something like that.
Yeah, I can understand.
So, I have thought about that, but at the same time, like, who gives a damn?
But so you think that, but you bought a book with somebody that I was thinking, who gives a damn? And you read it to us while we were driving back home. And it was the Snow Cone Lady. When you bought her book, I was just like, who gives a fuck? And I even think you asked for her autograph in it, or she signed it. One of the two.
Yeah, but she was so mean. I'm like,
I know.
I have to figure out why you're so mean. I have to buy this book.
What happened?
Oh man, that's so funny that you said that, because we were driving the other day and we were in South County and the Snow Biz tent was there. There was like nobody in it, and I don't even think they are a thing anymore.
Hopefully it's new owners.
I was like, that was the Snow Cone Nazi, and I was telling all the story about it. I bought her book that she wrote. And he's like, of course you did.
I love that he doesn't even doubt what you do anymore. He's like, yep, that's my girl.
Yeah,
of course you did.
Yeah. But I'm just like, I bought her book because I just had to know her story. Like, she was so mean about cherry slushies.
She was. She deserved that nickname of Snow Cone Nazi. She was evil.
God, they were so good though.
They were the best snow cones, but given by the most evil woman.
It was like Seinfeld. Like, you had to walk up to Fuzzy Peach medium and then like go to the other side, give your money, or she's gonna kill you. So.
Yeah, that was it. It was ridiculous, but yeah, the snow cones were so good. Every time I went to social, it wasn't near the Snow Cone Lady, but it was also near another snow cone place on Revis. Every time I went there and I saw that snow cone place, I thought of the Snow Cone Nazi. I was like, I wonder if she's still there.
So good. I always got Fuzzy Peach though. I never deviated from Fuzzy Peach.
That's why you remember that name. I was like, where the fuck did that one come from? Because I would get like Tiger's Blood or other like wild berry flavor.
Yeah.
And then as soon as somebody was like, she recycles cups, I was like, I can't eat ever.
What? No.
It got ruined for me. And then every time you wanted to go after, I was like, yeah, that's all on you. I'll just ride along. I think that's when I started asking if you wanted to just go to DQ and get slushies there. Like, why don't you get slushies from DQ instead? They're cheaper.
No, they suck.
Or no, it was the ices. That's what it was. Ices.
Oh yeah. Ices weren't bad.
No, they weren't bad. Especially the blue one.
Yeah.
Yum. Now I might have to try to find some.
How's it going, Frank? Oh boy.
Where do they have ices in New York? I'm sure I can find some somewhere.
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I want a slushie. Thank you.
You're welcome. We'll go after this.
I know. I don't think it's ever going to stop raining. I think our house is just going to start floating pretty soon. It's going to float off into the...
You guys going to have a houseboat.
Highway 30. Yeah.
Go and float down Highway 30. Hopefully it does stop raining. I guess I actually just said yesterday, I wonder if the hurricane passed Houston, because when I was on, I think the day before or earlier that day, yesterday, I was on TikTok Live and I was or I was just scrolling and I came across the live.
Yeah.
And it was a lady that was standing on her balcony, and she said it was downtown Houston. Because she's like, this is downtown Houston, y'all. Then she goes, like, she is trying to zoom on a car that's driving when they shouldn't be driving. And she's like, yeah, they're still out here. And then she just goes, is that a trash can? And it's a trash can bouncing.
Is that a trash can?
And I was like, oh shit. But it made me think of when Mom and Dad went to Florida. They were driving to Daytona when Hurricane Matthew was hitting.
Oh, jeez.
And they took the Harley.
Oh.
You know, that makes sense.
That's
but
a good
they
idea.
were like, right? I was so mad at them that trip. Oh my God. And they were like, we can't go into Florida until the hurricane passes anyway. And I'm like, so where will you be? You can't wait until it just passes anyway? Like, and it's safe. Why you gotta go while it's hitting? And they're like, we'll be at the Florida state line when it hits. And I'm like, not any better.
Right.
And so they get there, and I remember that night that the hurricane hit, I did not sleep. I was up watching the Weather Channel, freaking out. Like, because one, I was concerned too with, I had family and my family friends that lived down there that my parents were visiting.
Yeah.
So I wanted them to stay safe. But then I'm also thinking, my parents, yes, they're going after the hurricane, but they're going to be driving in an area that got hit by a hurricane where there could still be falling debris. And they're on a Harley.
That's good.
And or it's like, or it could just randomly start flooding. You know, it's like, what if a wave decides I'm not done and wipes out the road? You know, it's like, I don't know. I don't know how hurricanes work. So, like, I was panicking that entire time. And then my mom sends me a picture that they made it on the newspaper in Daytona. Nice. They were front cover. Like, they have a picture of it somewhere on their Facebook page. Both of them do. But they were on the front cover on their Harley without helmets.
Oh.
I parent them with this. Oh my God. I actually grounded them when before I left, like a couple of weeks before I left, we had a really bad lightning storm. And they left earlier that night to go for a bike ride. And it's coming down hard. And I'm like, I hope y'all are safe. And, you know, I send a text or, you know, like, hey, wait it out until it's done because I don't want you. It's dark. I think at that time it was like 8 something, close to 9. It was like, no, you don't need to be doing that.
Right.
And the sooner I send them a text, my dad calls me and he goes, I need you to drive to BP. Bring a sweatshirt and I think it was just bring sweatshirts for my mom and my dad or something like that. And I was like, those idiots just drove on the motorcycle. I get there and I'm like hydroplaning the entire ride because the road was starting to flood.
Yeah.
And I'm like cussing my parents out as I'm driving. You got me driving in this shit. And I get there and they're without their helmets.
Oh my gosh.
Because it's in Missouri and I believe in Florida, helmet law is up to you. You
I see
wear it if you want. And I hate it. When my dad told me the reason why, I said it's bullshit. Wear your damn helmet, because if it doesn't kill you, you end up like Gary Busey. Because that's what he said. He's like, if I crash, I don't want to live.
Great.
Cool. Do you want to be brain damaged if you do live?
Love that for me.
So, yeah, whenever I saw them without their helmets, I went off on them. I was like, I never want to see you driving late at night without your helmets again. And my mom's like, we didn't think we'd be out this late. You were going to a meeting. You knew you weren't going to be home until 9.
Yeah.
Lie. So whenever they got there, or whenever we were waiting for the storm to pass. I'm still talking and yelling at them. And my dad's friend calls, and I start yelling at them. They're both grounded. They're not allowed to go out and play tomorrow because they were going to go out on another bike ride the next day. And I'm like, they're not allowed to play tomorrow. They're grounded. No Facebook, no nothing.
You must go to dinner. Or you must go to bed without dinner.
I was like, you guys are in so much trouble. One, for making me drive out in this. And two, you have no helmets. No. Grounded.
Damn. Yeah, I see people around here all the time driving with no helmet.
I hate it. I will purposely go slower so that way I lose you.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to.
I don't understand the point. Like,
I don't either.
Is wearing a helmet really that uncomfortable?
No, I mean, it makes your head sweaty, yes. But, like, some people wear the full face mask and other people will be like, that takes up too much of your vision. It doesn't. Mm-hmm. It goes like to the side way back here. So you can still see all angles. Yeah. And then there's the other that's just like the helmet and then it straps like a typical bicycle helmet just for motorcycles. Yeah. And that's what both my parents wear. So like that doesn't really cover much of your head. So the only complaint would probably be you get sweaty.
Right.
Guess what? You're on a motorcycle. You're gonna get sweaty anyway.
Ugh.
Like I don't get it. But my parents are in a motorcycle club, and one of their members, she got in a motorcycle accident and had to get a plate put in her head because of how brain damage she got. I mean, she healed fine, like she's 100% fine and everything. She just happens to have a plate there.
Yeah.
And my dad, whenever I asked him, I was like, "Why don't you wear a helmet?" And he said that accident, he's like, "I don't want to live with a plate in my head." But she lives normal-esque. The only thing that she does that's not normal is her food can't touch. And I'm like, that's weird.
Yeah.
Your food's eventually touching. Silly.
Silly.
When she ordered pancakes, I was like, how in the hell is she going to eat this? Is she going to eat the pancake dry, or is the syrup allowed to touch the pancake?
Oh.
But, yeah, so when my dad was like, I don't want to end up like that. I'm like, but I would like it if you still lived.
Right. That would be nice if we could make that happen.
You know. Yeah.
Jeez.
But speaking of parents, both of my parents got released from their doctors, or for the most part. My dad from his elbow surgery.
Oh, nice.
His biotic elbow is all healed. They said he is able to go back to work as normal. I believe he's able to go back to work as normal and everything, and has been for a while.
That's good.
And then mom went to her doctors recently, and she's all in the clear. Now it's just the regular checkups for what's standard for everyone that has had cancer. You go, I think, every 3 months to get blood work done.
Yeah.
Just to make sure everything's fine. And then after maybe a year or so, it goes to 6 months. I think. I'm not 100% sure. But, yeah, she only has to go for blood work every few months. And then she had some lymph node drainage issues. Mm-hmm. And had an infection with that, but she told me yesterday that she saw that doctor or therapist that helps with that, and that's gotten better too.
Aww.
So she's feeling so much better. She's actually started Weight Watchers. So, yeah, I'm happy for her, right? She's gone through enough. I mean, she's like, the doctor told me I had to lose weight. I'm like, well, I mean, you also wanted to get healthier. It was like, it's not really about losing weight. I'm like, you just wanted to be healthier. So your doctor's saying it might be a good idea for you to get healthier. That's all it means. Like, doctor didn't be like, you're a fat ass. That's kind of what I got when I went to the doctor. He's like, you know, when you first started seeing me, you were 120. Now you're whatever.
Blown up, bitch.
Like, yeah, I know. You told me to eat, and I did.
So it's your fault.
Jinx.
Your cholesterol, fatty. Well, I'm so glad we finally got to record.
I know. And now we get to do it more often.
I know. Every time I'm like, yeah, I'm ready, and then something
happens, or like life happens. Because when we were going to the other night before the night before, you sent me a text like, "Can we?" Because you were busy. I was busy that day too, and I was like sitting on the couch behind me, like. Told Locks, I think I might text Marissa and ask if we can do it another night. And he just looked at me funny, and I was like, she'll understand. And like, he just looked at me. I'm like, I'll give it a minute. And then a few minutes later, you text me, and I'm like thank God.
I don't have the strength for this today.
I was like, that's fine, because I don't either. Not like it takes much strength, but
I know.
I get it as well. It's just like mentally. Bleh.
I know. I was so drained. Jake texted me earlier, and he's like, "I want to take an edible and watch Angels in the Outfield. You down?"
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
I'm like, it's a very specific movie.
Very specific movie, but all for it. Enjoy it.
Sure.
The last 2 nights, I got more stoned than I have, and I became super giggly. Like, I had tears coming down my eyes. My stomach hurt yesterday. It's like, and it was some silly thing about wrestling, but it had me in tears.
Yeah, I know. We have these little watermelon ones, and they reformulated, so they taste so much better.
Oh yeah.
And they reformulate. Like, I work in the lab.
They redid it.
And then he has some that are twice the
stonage
strength. I don't know, whatever. I don't know the lingo.
I love how you called it stonage, so that's always what I'm gonna call it.
Stonage.
You're like, whatever stonage it has.
Yeah, so I'm like, you keep those, I'll stick with these little dudes.
Yeah.
So, and they're good.
I still have some of the gummies from Missouri. I put them in the fridge, so whenever moving, so that way they didn't get melted, I put them in our cooler that we took.
Oh yeah.
And then then I was like, well, they've been refrigerated, kind of, with being in the cooler. I was like, I don't want to now keep them room temperature to where they get gummy again. So like, we'll just keep them in the fridge.
Yeah.
So I'm like, this is not actual candy, because he doesn't consume marijuana. So I'm like, don't eat these. These are bad.
Ew.
Icky caca. Remember those stickers that would be put on things when we were little? Mr. Yuck.
Yep.
Yeah, I put that on it.
Yep. Well, I think. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna just say the last real edible I had was the ones from my going away party that were brought, that I was surprised about. Because of those, I didn't eat the gooey butter cake.
Man, I ate all that cake.
I love how you were like, it's too sweet, it hurts my tooth, and then 5 minutes later,
Jake was like, he just kept eating that cake, like.
You're like, I know, but it's so with the knife of all things.
I was like, yeah.
Like you were cutting it and then scooping it.
So many tequila, yeah.
Oh, it was great.
This is good. Good cake.
Great party.
I love it here. I'm never leaving.
You kept saying no cap all night. So every time I hear it, I giggle and I think of you.
No cap.
No cap.
Well, unfortunately, I have a meeting at 3:15.
Alrighty.
So I'm gonna have to pop off. But
that's fine. We'll
I'm
do
so
it
glad I got
again.
to see your face. And
I'm glad I got to see your face too.
I miss you.
I miss you.
Tell Ox hi, even though
I
he doesn't know
will.
who I am, but that's cool.
I don't know if I woke him up doing this or not. We'll find out.
We'll find out. But yeah, the live, of course, will be on our YouTube channel, so you guys can check that out. Make sure to subscribe, smash that like button.
Hit the bell so you get notified when we go live again.
Yeah, follow us both on TikTok and follow our TikTok.
Yeah.
Why Are We Like This?
1991.
1991. And then follow us both on TikTok.
Yeah.
Yay!
I don't remember my screen name.
Mine's Marcy Mintz 5, but I'll start putting it in the description.
I think it's like Queen 314B. I think.
Yeah, it's like a dot in a weird spot.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I had to do weird things to get it because my first one was taken down, and then so many Queen Bees were made sense. I'm like, shit.
Damn right. But the audio version of this will be up on Spotify in a few days.
Yeah.
So I have to wait till it lets me download the audio, which takes like 24 hours. So
if you don't want to see our ugly mugs, you can listen to our hideous voices.
One or the other, which is poison. But yeah, well, today's what, Tuesday? So yeah, we can call this one for our week, and then we'll plan one for next week.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Yay.
And I'll talk to you soon, my darling. Thank you guys all for listening. We appreciate you, and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye.
Bye.